Okay, maybe if we slim out the hood to line up perfectly with the windshield, we can reduce the coefficient of drag by 5%, and by moving the windshield wiper to the side of the Cybertruck would be less aerodynamic drag as the wind hits it from this side, and by curving the inside of the windows to not protrude so much, then there might be a little bit less aerodynamic. You know, you gotta prioritize this stuff when you're trying to maximize range. Woo-wee! I can't wait to install all my 50 flags on the back of my Cybertruck. It's gonna look fantastic. Are you seriously? Alright, I guess as a little recap, I should mention that Tesla broke ground on their new lithium refinery facility just off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico, not too far from their Austin headquarters. And yeah, it's all fine and dandy stuff. The governor was there, Tesla thanked everybody, everybody thanked Tesla. Everyone is so proud of themselves. And yes, as sarcastic as I may seem, I am glad that Tesla's doing their own lithium refinery. That should allow for better vertical integration, allows for less waste, and the refinery's right next to a rail yard, so transporting materials both from the ocean and from different parts of the United States should help Tesla lower the capex for manufacturing their own cells. It's not too far from Giga Mexico as well. It's all fine and dandy, but they very clearly wanted us to talk more about this event simply because they showed off some Cybertruck accessories that we hadn't seen before, and no one wanted to tell us. They're just like accidentally dropping Cybertruck news left and right, like, oops, oh, I guess that happened to be in the background. Oops, don't pay attention to the frunk that we're testing around the factory on April Fool's Day, teasing us with that crash test. Tesla knows exactly what we want to see, and they are clickbaiting everyone as much as possible with any and all Cybertruck updates because they know that's what we're here for. It really doesn't matter. Lithium refinery, robotaxi, self-driving, none of that matters because anything they talk about, they just flash the Cybertruck at our eyes like, hey, look at that. Did you catch that? Oh, you better watch. You better pay more attention because at any slight Tesla event, no matter how insignificant it may seem, they may happen to drop some Cybertruck bits and pieces in there. So yeah, I guess we gotta keep watching. But this one showcased this totally awesome roof/bed tool rack that even continues the angular design of the Cybertruck up even higher, which is a good thing. That allows for a gap between that roof rack and where the top glass seam is at that very sharp point of the Cybertruck's roof, which means that you could tie things to the front. I immediately was picturing how many different boats you could now tie to the top of the Cybertruck, and with having that perforated grate along the side, this is not exactly new technology, but it shows that Tesla is already prototyping at least accessories that are going to go hand in hand with the Cybertruck, and I think a lot of people are going to be interested in this one because it actually addresses one of the most common criticisms I've ever seen of the Cybertruck's design. Obviously, Tesla went with a very radical and bizarre shape for their pickup truck to prioritize aerodynamics, which means better efficiency, better range. But the biggest flaw of having those big sails up the side of the bed is that a lot of people have complained over the years. I tend to put my tools in the bed of the truck, and sometimes I want to reach over the side of the bed or jump up on the tires and grab the tools out of my bed. Well, by having a tool rack like this, you can keep your tools just kind of mounted towards the top sail, and in my opinion, this is objectively much easier and much more convenient to reach your tools, whichever your more common ones are, just without having to jump up on the tire or without having to bend over and look inside the bed and reach for the tools and try to get to the other side. Oh shoot, when I drove around, the tools were moving around and stuff. No, instead you can just mount them to the outside of the car, and that's exactly what Elon did during this event. It was a groundbreaking ceremony, of course, which in my opinion are entirely symbolic and kind of stupid. Everyone's just kind of digging up this one strip of sand, and there's clearly bulldozers in the background that are doing the real work. But yeah, Elon was able to just quickly unlatch and pull these CyberShovels off the side of the Cybertruck, which, yeah, can we talk about that for a second? Tesla made their own custom shovels that are clearly meant to go alongside the Cybertruck. At first I thought, oh, maybe this is like a very special, memorable CyberShovel, which will only be kept in a museum as this is the first shovel that moved around some laid out sand at the Tesla lithium facility. But then they had like 50 people all show up and everybody had their own custom CyberShovel. This is making me think Tesla might be getting into the tooling business as well. Although based on how the shovels performed, it doesn't look like they're that great. at moving anything, so maybe they are symbolic and they just happen to make a lot of them. But of course, alongside that whole mounting procedure, they also included not one but two giant, very American flags, one for Texas, one for the whole country, off the back of the Cybertruck so that it could blend in the Texas culture of let's mount flags on the back of our vehicles. But yeah, I'm sorry, just like kind of how I was alluding to with the Skit, it kind of hurts my brain a lot when there's so much emphasis with this design language to prioritize aerodynamics and efficiency. Maybe that comes from me being an Aptera fanboy, but personally I cringe whenever I see flags on the back. And it's not like I'm against flags. I got nothing wrong with people putting flags in their yards, or we see flags at gas stations. Hopefully we can get some American flags at supercharger stations too. But when you mount them on a vehicle that is trying to shave off every last watt hour per mile it can to maximize range, it just kind of makes me laugh. It's very Hummer-esque of like, yeah, America! And I get that it's symbolic. Hopefully Elon doesn't actually put flags on the back of his Cybertruck, but the fact that Tesla themselves is doing it encourages kind of the stupid behavior, in my opinion. But I get it. This is a symbolic event that is supposed to just look good for the press. You know, it's funny, Tesla dissolved their whole PR department, but they seem to still care a lot about public relations and having these big formal events where they live stream it and everything. But either way, I think that this tool rack reaffirms a lot of the rumors that we got from Matthew DR. He claimed that there is a special designated team at Tesla just for developing accessories for the Cybertruck, and that Tesla's mindset towards the Cybertruck was to have a business approach similar to what Apple does with things like the iPad, which is have, of course, a very successful product that lots of people want to buy, but also leave out certain parts of that product so that everyone feels a little bit pushed or motivated to buy Apple certified accessories. So that's why pretty much everybody who buys an iPad has to also buy a $60 to $100 smart folio cover that Apple has really, really thick margins on to help increase the profitability of the iPad business. So in a similar way, and also because, of course, it's a pickup truck, that's the type of vehicle that has the most amount of accessories made for it possible, it also makes sense that Tesla would have a designated team for roof rack accessories or different tools that are made to go hand in hand with the Cybertruck so that those margins can be really, really strong, and that kind of helps pave the way during the very expensive and usually cash negative ramp up process for any new product category. But because Tesla's gone through production hell so many times and this doesn't have as big a paint shop to worry about, I do think that the Cybertruck will be the most profitable electric pickup truck on the market, and because of custom accessories that Tesla's making like this, I think they'll turn a profit on it much faster than most other electric car manufacturers. But based on the zoom-ins we could see from this live stream, unfortunately, they didn't go into much detail about it. They didn't tell us how much it would cost, or even, hey, this is an accessory we plan on selling. We have to speculate a lot, but my guess is that this roof rack is probably going to integrate similar to how the Model 3 and Y roof rack are sliding in between the glass and metal panels on the top of the vehicle, and it seems to snap in pretty easily. But I still think it's very wise of Tesla to develop their own in-house accessories before the vehicle goes on the market, because clearly the Cybertruck is so unique and so different from all other pickup trucks out there. It's essentially going to be launching with no compatibility in terms of pickup truck accessories, whereas Ford and even Rivian to a certain extent have more traditional designs that you can easily take existing pickup truck accessories and immediately put on. So this is a good sign, in my opinion, that Tesla is preparing for the launch. And on top of that, why would Tesla be demoing these kinds of accessories for the public, for us all to see, if Cybertruck production was not just around the corner? So if there's still some of you out there that are like, Cybertruck's vaporware, it's not gonna happen. First of all, they're installing 9,000 ton gigapresses right now. We've seen outside shots of the Cybertruck assembly line, and they're clearly tooling it up, and they're clearly building up lots of different prototypes for it, because this one is several hours away from the Giga Texas facility. I'm curious how they got it there. It must have been on the back of a truck, because I feel like if it was just driving around Texas, someone probably would have caught a video of it. But if you're willing to show off these types of roof accessories to the public, it means that you're getting closer and closer to the vehicle actually being available out on the market. So this was a subtle flex that I hope they go into more detail on at the Cybertruck delivery event and showcase all kinds of accessories that are going to go on sale for it. If Tesla's really smart, honestly, they should probably just start selling Cybertruck accessories on the Tesla page. Knowing how much public interest there is and how much demand there is for the Cybertruck, I bet thousands of people would probably start ordering these things even though they don't have their Cybertrucks yet. So Tesla could get just already some high margin revenue coming in from the Cybertruck without without even having to deliver them yet. So the other good sign of developing roof accessories like this is that you probably wouldn't want to make these if the production specs were not finalized yet, because you have to get very, very precise with dimensions and length and width and everything for accessories like this to be compatible. So the existence of this accessory out in the wild means that Tesla is pretty locked down on the dimensions for the bed and the roof and everything. Also a great sign getting us closer to production. And I also just think it looks really, really cool. You know, it's probably relatively lightweight, so it means that the aerodynamic penalty of that rack is probably not that bad, and it allows the Cybertruck to be far more utility focused than I think a lot of its biggest criticizers thought it could be. Now, that may come at the cost of $4,000 or $5,000. Who knows what Tesla will charge for it, but I'm sure they can lower the price if they want more people to buy it, and I'm also sure that third parties could develop cheaper alternatives that lots of YouTubers will be happy to demonstrate for you and showcase their affiliate links in the description so that they get a cut of that revenue too. What do you guys think of the Cybertruck tooling rack? What other accessories are you most hopeful for seeing in the Cybertruck realm? Feel free to let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and thank you once again to everybody supporting this channel directly. And just as a little announcement, I have lowered a lot of the membership tier prices so that we can get a bit more of a behind the scenes group going and get some more data on those polls that are dictating what videos I'm gonna make next. So if you're interested in supporting the channel or you want to downgrade your existing membership, there's more options for you now. Feel free to check them out in the description down below. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have an excellent rest of your day.